President for personal rights.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, and good afternoon, our guests. My name is Murilo Kavesha, the Attorney General of the Republic of Zambia. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Good afternoon, our guests. I'm Irene Khan, the Secretary of the Cabinet.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, and good afternoon to the Special Rapporteur and the team. Madam Hakainde, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. We met earlier, and once again, welcome to this meeting.
Madam Khan, please Mr. President, Excellencies, it is an honor to be here to listen from you. I am the UN Special Rapporteur on Freedom of Opinion and Expression, which means that I am an independent expert appointed by the member states of the United Nations Human Rights Council, which is the highest human rights body in the UN system, and to which Zambia has expressed an interest of becoming a member again next year. As an independent expert, I report to the Council and to the General Assembly. I am not an employee of the United Nations. And I would like to thank you for inviting me to visit Zambia, which I see as a very positive willingness of the government to cooperate with the United Nations and the international community.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. My name is Lawrence Ramírez, and I'm with the UN Human Rights Office, assisting the mandate of the Special Rapporteur.
Thank you, Mr. President. Madam Khan, may give you a brief introductory remarks. The President will respond in brief, and then we'll have a closed session thereafter. Mr. President, as I said, I would like to thank the government for giving me this opportunity to visit.
Maybe Ms. Khan move the mic. Colleagues from the sides of the Assembly.
Pull it, not stop, pull it.
Can pull it all.
Oh, I see. I am the first UN Special Rapporteur to visit Zambia in the last 8 years. And I'm the first to actually visit as a holder of a civil political right, as opposed to a social right. So I appreciate the government's openness to engage with the international human rights system and your willingness to address human rights challenges constructively in cooperation with the United Nations. Earlier, I shared with the Foreign Minister and his colleagues my preliminary findings and recommendations. I will, in due course, submit a written report, a full written report, which I will share first with the government for their comments and factual corrections, and then that report, together with the response of the government, will be submitted to the Council in June, and we hope to have constructive dialogue with the member states, and it then becomes an official report of the United Nations for the benefit of the government and other stakeholders. I also appreciate the access that I've received in this country from the highest officer, Excellency, to all people, governmental and non-governmental, that I wish to meet. I visited Livingston, Itwe, and Angola during my visit, and met a wide range of people with very different perspectives. I deliberately wanted to listen as much as I could, because I know that I cannot become an expert in 10 days. What I'm trying to do is to reflect people's aspirations in line with your international obligations. My overall observation is that human rights stand at a crossroads as the country prepares for general elections, and amidst all the major economic and other challenges that you face, there has been a significant political transition with the victory of the United Party for National Development and an end to a decade, long rule in which was marked with grave human rights violations. So I appreciate appreciate the change that has taken place and the change on the basis of which your government came to power, and hope to discuss with you further the findings and suggestions for conversation for our benefit and for the benefit of the government. So once again, thank you very much for doing this opportunity.
Thank you, Madam Khan. Mr. President.
Thank you very much, PS, for moderating this meeting. I think my first responsibility is to welcome Madam Khan and your colleague, the US colleague, to State House and to Saka, Zambia. But more today to welcome you here in State House, and I'm truly welcome you. And I'm also happy to have Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Secretary of Cabinet, and the team that were with in today's meeting. Let me just indicate that you are here at the behest of the Zambian government, which I think took it upon itself to invite you to come to Zambia to assess, yes, we're saying human rights. I think it's a limited component of human rights. If I go to right, which is the freedom of expression, as you know, the subject of human rights is a big one. And the ordinary listener out there, observer out there, need to understand that the aspect that you come to review has to do with freedom of expression. And, there are things that constitute the body of human rights. I think it's important that is spelled out from the outset or as you continue doing the work. So as the people government that invited you here on behalf of the people of Zambia, we're very, very appreciative that the UN system, our UN system, because we're members of the UN family, identified you and you agreed to come to conduct this assessment. I think it already indicates to you that this government is open to conversations around the freedom of expression aspect of human rights. And we want to regret the fact that there was no such visitation for many years in our country, which I think would have been very useful if there was a visitation like yours, say, just poison. I think it would have created a good, if you like, a comparative analysis of what the situation was then and what the situation following the change of government is now. And I think where we should be going in order to improve or to do better things that have to do with the freedom of expression in our country. And also to just state that these freedoms are not isolated, they are intertwined because, for example, the restriction of freedom of movement or basically physical assault on citizens who, for example, may be expressing themselves, freedom of expression, are interconnected. And I think it's important that along the way as we work together, the UN, our UN, and you, the experts, in this particular case, yourself and Khan, that we can look at the broader area of the human rights that need to basically be, if you like, have us further developed for the benefit of citizens, all citizens. We have so much conflict around the world today, and in the sphere of conflict, you see issues of human rights in the broader sense, including freedom of expression, and the harm that would be done to journalists, for example. And for us, this is where we were 4 years ago, where one could not even have a radio program or television program without the risk of being harmed physically. And I'm one of those who got into that situation. I'm sure you collected the data. And I think our duty is to make our amends to improve the situation with the understanding understanding that the rights of this nation are fundamental. They are basically for us enshrined in the Constitution, the broader area of rights. We are happy to work with yourselves, experts like yourself, the UN and other bodies, to continue with the improvement process, because these things are not events, they are processes, isn't it? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. At this juncture,